Hello, my dears, and welcome back. We're here. We're queer. We're near. Get used to it. Oh, I've already prayed and set the intentions for this reading, but you already knew that. Because I'm here. What's going on? Let me know in the comments how your life is going. How's it hanging? Here in good old USA. Just one day. I would like to go one day without getting some fucked up news. Oh, I should start by letting you know that I've had some downloads come through in the last few days. I wrote them down in my master plan book because I didn't want to forget them. So, you're right where you're supposed to be, no matter how uncomfortable it is. Your power is in your ability to surrender. And in parentheses, I have worry creates an illusion of control because we feel like nothing can surprise us. And somebody out there, you have hit this fast track of healing, and people are really starting to notice. So this all feels like it wraps in together, where it's like I'm tapping into people who are in a very uncomfortable place in their life. But I hope that you can take some comfort in knowing that you're right where you're supposed to be. And you might be like, oh, well, fuck that. Like, this place sucks. These people suck. I hate being here. But you can turn almost any situation into something that is going to be for your benefit. I encourage you to dig deep and suck all of the juice out of what's happening for you right now. And if that means you have to stretch beyond what you thought you could ever be, then that's exactly the purpose of this time. To grow you. To stretch you beyond what you thought you could be, what you thought you could become. It's ugly. It's exhausting. It feels like your skin is too tight. So expand. And I know it sounds like, well, that's easier said than done, but let me tell you that I'm doing it myself right now. Okay? Your power is in your ability to surrender. It can feel really scary to have to surrender. It can feel really scary to give over control. Especially if you have trauma from childhood where you were not in control. You might seek as an adult to have as much control over the situation as you possibly can. And that might make you feel safe. That might give you some illusion of safety to try to control everything. That's why we develop OCD. You know? I think that I'm not a psychologist. I don't even have a background in studying psychology. But I have almost 32 years of experience with OCD, and I know that in my case, it developed from not feeling in control, which mutated into a problem of its own. So for me, I know that it's very hard to surrender. But if you've listened to, I don't know, 5 seconds of self-help material, watched a Abraham Hicks YouTube video, you know, all of this manifestation stuff and all of this spiritual stuff, and there's Buddhist talks about it, and all these things mention how powerful surrender is and how powerful our ability to let go is in bringing in exactly what we're trying to force by trying to gain control of the situation. So the real power here in making your current situation a benefit for you, while you may feel like now is the time to act and make your list and bust your ass and go, and work out all the details and figure everything out and make your plan and, you know, be super on top of everything with this situation and getting yourself out of it or making it work or whatever it is that you're trying to do in this time. Your power and the thing that's going to bring you exactly what you're trying to do with all this doing and all this force, your power is in your ability to surrender. And I know that feels scary. But coming back to this other download, you're right where you're supposed to be. Maybe this is the lesson here, or the growth that's supposed to happen is that development of your ability to surrender. Learn how to say this or better. Like, if you're in a really shitty situation right now and a possible opportunity to get out of it comes into your horizons and you get super obsessed and clung to it and you're attached and you can't stop obsessing over it, and it might not even work out, but it's like, oh my God, I have a window of possible opportunity out of this. First of all, cultivate that inner awareness to know when you're getting attached, to know when you're getting attached to a possible outcome. This or better. This solution could happen for me or better. A miracle is on its way. Affirmations. Because we attract the patterns of thoughts that we have. So if you're constantly clinging and you're constantly negative and you're constantly thinking, man, what a shitty situation I'm in. Oh my God, this is interminable. Like, it just won't end. It just keeps getting worse. Okay, maybe that's the truth for right now. But if you walk around in this situation affirming to yourself, a miracle is on its way, a miracle is on its way, a miracle is on its way, you're going to start to find miracles. Maybe that starts off as something as simple and small and beautiful from nature as like a little bird landing in front of you. And then you make a friend on the street. You have somebody come up to you and be kind to you. You have one thing go well, the next thing goes well, and all the while you're affirming to yourself a miracle is on its way. My Reiki teacher taught me that. My Reiki 1 and 3 teacher taught me that affirmation. A miracle is on its way. In a really tough spot in my life, she gave me that affirmation. So You're right where you're supposed to be. Don't forget that. And that is an affirmation as well. Look, things are hard. Oh my God, everyone is more successful than me. Oh my God, everyone's doing such cool things. That person just had another success. Oh my God, I'm such a loser. I'm stuck here in this situation. You're right where you're supposed to be. Those people are right where they're supposed to be, and you're right where you're supposed to be. Make it so. Don't make me get all David Goggins on your ass. Yeah. Worry creates the illusion of control because we feel like nothing can surprise us. If we're constantly worried, that becomes like a sick, familiar comfort to be in this worry state. But it's like, with practice, we can get out of those familiar, comfortable, unhealthy patterns. Just because worry feels familiar and soft and safe doesn't mean that it's growing you, doesn't mean that it's not shooting you in the foot at every chance that it gets. And you're on the fast track of healing. So maybe it doesn't seem like it. You're in like a ridiculously tough situation right now. Growth college. You're in growth college right now. If it's ugly, congratulations, you're in the honor society. Holy shit. Okay, first of all, we have 4 cards come out. We have the Chariot reversed, the King of Swords reversed, Temperance, and the Empress reversed. Yeah, you feel like you're being held back. You're keeping your plans to yourself, but your angels are watching over you. What is up with that? Now it's... Let me move myself to where I usually am. I like nearly broke 4 of my nails off at the same time trying to move this chair earlier. And it hurt really bad. Your guardian angels are watching over you and telling you to bide your time. Bide your time. Keep your head down. Keep your heart open. Keep your head held high. I just said keep your head down and keep your head held high, but I feel like in this situation, those are metaphors. So you're keeping your head down, working silently, hustling, moving in silence, working hard, looking for the lessons, looking for the growth, looking for why you are exactly where you need to be, and keep your head held high, knowing that you're right where you're supposed to be, and you should be proud to be where you are. Because the hero's journey, man, this shit isn't easy. If you're on a beautiful mission in your life, it's not like, say you ask to be a healer, or you know that you're called to be a healer. You think the path to being a healer is easy? And full of just like sleeping in every day, staying up late at night, doing drugs, drinking all the time, having sex with whoever, and just like, like doing that through life. Like, you want to be a famous singer, but you don't take care of your body, you don't take care of your voice, you show up to shows wasted drunk. You want to be, you know, a Navy SEAL, but you sit on the couch jerking off all day. That type of shit. Like, the hero's journey is going to push you to your absolute limit and beyond, especially when what you've asked for is of a high level. And you wouldn't have that calling within you. You wouldn't have the dream of being a famous actor, a famous singer, a Navy SEAL, a world-class chef, a healer, a shaman, a spiritual guide, whatever it is that you want to be. You wouldn't have that calling within you if God didn't believe that you were capable of it. Maybe you're not capable of it at the level that you're at right now. But once you decide that that's your dream, that's your goal, you're put on a hero's journey. I had to burp because I just ate dinner. Thank you so much for coming. You wouldn't be given a certain dream if God didn't see it as a possible timeline for you. But you can choose to decide to get off the hero's journey whenever you want. You can absolutely, you're free to, step off whenever you'd like. You're free to renounce your recovery whenever you'd like. You're free to give up on your dreams whenever you'd like. But trust me when I say, let's just use the example of a healer. So like, say you've got the dream to be a healer, which is, I know, a very like amorphous term, but we're going with it. You've got this vision of yourself as a healer, and the first threshold guardian gets thrown your way. Where am I going with this? I don't remember what path I was taking with this. I don't know. But anyway, so you're on your way. You're on your way, but certain things are holding back your mental space right now. Like I've said in previous videos, you only feel like things are holding you back. It's all in your head. All is of the mind. If you feel like you're being held back right now, congratulations, you're going to be held back. But these are your guardian angels telling you, wait it out. Do what you can. Go easy on yourself. Don't, just because you're on this spectacular journey doesn't mean you have to be killing yourself every single second of every single day. But the Empress is the potential that you have inside. Male, female, non-binary, whoever. Remember that we all have masculine and feminine energies within us in a certain balance. We all have a different balance of mental, masculine and feminine energies within us. But the Empress is not necessarily a woman. The Empress is the highest level of feminine energy. This is royalty, receptivity, surrender. Surrender is a huge facet of feminine energy. And this is fresh in my mind because I'm hyper focused on healing my feminine energy right now and practicing existing more in my feminine energy. So I'm learning that surrender and receptivity and not forcing, not doing, go-getting, and like Mars energy and like go energy is more of the masculine side of the spectrum. The feminine, the Empress energy allows. Okay, I'm in this situation. I don't like it. But God put me here. So I'm gonna sit in my throne, lay back, and soak up all the lessons that this has to teach me. You can't let your mind get all twisted around in this time. Because your mind is what's going to stop your chariot from moving forward. So listen to your guardian angels when they say, honey, I'm here for you. You're walking up that hill. You're walking up this mountain of your destiny. And yeah, it's going to get really fucking tough sometimes. The higher the calling, the tougher the path. You asked to be something like a healer. And God is going to ask you to heal yourself. Through things that you would never think you could survive, let alone walk through with grace. Let alone get through in a way where you can help others someday who go through the same type of thing. This is heavy in the best way and beautiful. I want to meet the people that I'm speaking to here because I feel you. You're tired. You're exhausted. You're angry. Your nervous system is shot. I've been seeing some stuff come through my consciousness on YouTube shorts and shit lately about functional freeze. And they're like, my bangs. I gave myself a Brad Mondo butterfly cut and it went really well. But I'm still getting used to how everything's laying. It's hot as shit. So, what was I saying? Brad Mondo butterfly cut. Functional freeze state. I think that I've been operating in a functional freeze state lately because I saw a couple YouTube shorts about it and then it wouldn't leave my mind for weeks this term. So I just decided to start doing more research about it. I was like, oh yeah, I'm totally experiencing that 100%. Do some work on your nervous system, man. Learn how to soothe your nervous system without things like drugs and sex and alcohol. Because that's what's going to take your mind out of the game. I had to burp again because I just ate tacos. I made myself some Delicious Takis. I'm here for you, babe. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking about all this because I know I'm talking to somebody fucking cool right now. Somebody who's on a really beautiful mission in life and it sent them into a place that's extremely ugly and hard to deal with. But listen, honey, you are exactly where you need to be. And if it doesn't seem like that, it'll make sense soon. Maybe it'll be a year from now. You'll look back on this time and be like, I just got choked up. You'll look back on this time in a year and be like, oh my God, all of that had to happen to get me to where I am. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up with this because I think someone needs to hear it. So I'm 32 years old right now and I have lived 400 million lives in my 32 years, trust me. Really. And today, while I was at work, sitting on the beach, I went through my past and remembered like all the awkward phases of my life and like all the toxic phases of my life and active alcoholism and all these times when like I wasn't happy with my body and like phases of my life that typically I kind of abandoned, like parts of myself that I kind of abandoned and like didn't really reflect on a whole lot because it was, you know, I was had a little extra weight on, or like, you know, like my hair looked weird at that time, or like I looked over all the parts of my life that were parts of myself that I had abandoned and like didn't give my full love to. And I sat with each of those parts of myself and like gave them love. And those times when I was, you know, awkward, or people told me I was fat, or like times when I got super jealous with an ex-boyfriend and like hit myself in the head in a fit of like jealous rage, and like just like all the uncomfortable shit, all the times I had like posted something, you know, braggadocious on social media, or like just whatever, like all these parts of myself, I sat with all of them and I went through all of them and I said, I love you. And you are me. I am you. I'm not going to abandon you. That's the last thing you need. Those phases of me, that's the last thing they need, is to be abandoned by me. What those, you know, toxic phases and chubby and whatever and like weird, all those phases need my love so much. All your awkward, cringy phases, all those whatever, like toxic things that you've done, all those phases need you so bad. They need your love. We're reparenting ourselves out here. We're cuddling our inner children out here. Our inner teenager, our inner 20-year-old, our inner 25-year-old. Shit, my inner 30-year-old, 31-year-old, 32-year-old 2 weeks ago needs my love. Right now. Like, damn, that was powerful. Like, I just felt like so much in me just healed in that like 15-minute exercise of like going through all of the things that made me cringe to look back on, or like made me sad, or these parts of myself that I feel like I had kind of abandoned. We're loving ourselves out here. We're not abandoning ourselves. How can you give the parts? Maybe that's part of your healing journey right now. Maybe that's part of what God is asking of you right now, is to defragment yourself and look to all the parts and places in your life where your love for yourself has fragmented, and reclaim that love for yourself. Reclaim those parts of yourself that make you kind of hurt to look back on. Yes, ma'am. You can now support me on Patreon. The link will be in the description box and pinned comment underneath the video. Thank you to my wonderful patrons, Mike Boos and Matt Copp. I love you so much. Please like, comment, let me know what you think. Let me know what you're going through. Let me know what you, like, I want to know. I want to know about your hero's journey. I want to know about your self-love journey. So, I love you all so much. I'm so grateful for all your support. And, I'll see you next time.